Hello, my name is Tanay Tiwari and welcome to Buzz This Week, a show that makes you as happy as the kid whose board exams have just gotten cancelled, who is a Liverpool fan and who only worries about fuel when he has to refuel his PUBG car. हाँ जी, मेहरबान कदरदान, इतनी खुशियां और कौन देगा? On the show this week, the curious case of COVID and cricket, winds of change in the sport, and accepting cricket's new normal. 2020 is truly a weird year, and that is why you must try and find solace in things that you know won't change. Where did we get that refuge in the last week? We got it in the form of Pakistan cricket. Yes, 10 men selected to travel to England for Pakistan for 3 tests and 3 T20Is were tested positive for coronavirus. There was a sense of disappointment and fear. And then one of those 10 players, Mohammad Hafiz, decided to get himself tested privately at another facility. And voila! Mohammad Hafiz tested negative. So did other players as well. And that started the good old PCB opera, with Hafiz alleging that the PCB did not want these players to tour to England, and that is why they forged these test results. Now, wasn't the PCB the first one to, in fact, select these 30 in the first place to go to England? Why would PCB do that? Anyway, the news is Pakistan have officially sent 20 of their players to England and they've already arrived in Manchester. The results for others are still awaited, and once they test negative, they can also travel to England for the series that will include 3 T20Is and 3 tests, the dates for which though are still to be announced. That is just how cricket in COVID times seems to be at the moment. Talking of cricket in COVID times, the English team started prepping for their series against the West Indies. And you could just see that cricket in COVID times is going to be different just by how they were all very circumspect. They were all very aware of all the things that could go wrong. And just how circumspect? Well, hear this out. West Indies coach Phil Simmons left the biosecure bubble of the West Indies squad to attend a funeral. And now that he's back, he must remain in isolation until he tests negative twice for the coronavirus, and in the meanwhile he can only observe practice from afar from his room's balcony. Problems in times of coronavirus are like locusts. When they come in swarms. But with troubles all around, there's always good news to keep you happy and upbeat. This good news last week came from the MCC as they announced that they are set to have their first female president, and that is a big deal because the Malibon Cricket Club, one of the oldest in the world, was always the custodian of the gentleman's game. But guess what? It's not a gentleman's game anymore. The ladies not only played, but they also boss it, and how. And now with former England captain Claire Corner all in readiness to succeed Kumar Sangakkara as the president of the MCC, the game is only going to be more inclusive and accepting. What if it took just 233 years for that to happen? But is all change good? Jemima Rodrigues and Sophie Devine on an ICC webinar earlier this month suggested that the women's game be tweaked a little. Maybe make the pitch a little shorter. Maybe make the ball a little smaller for it to be easier to grip. Bring the boundaries in just to make it more entertaining and viewer friendly. To which Indian pacer Shikha Pandey responded on Twitter. And how? She said, don't compare the women's game to the men's game. And then she gave an analogy of athletics where she said, women don't run 80 meters. They run a full 100 meters like the men. They have their own records and they are champions in their own might. And then she suggested if you really have to make the game interesting, bring all the gizmos, bring all the gadgets, give the viewers the experience that the women's game deserves. And boy does she make sense. Flight Lieutenant Shikha Pandey, you're right and we're with you. We're team #don't change the game. Talking of changes being suggested, they are being suggested everywhere, with now the West Indies skipper Jason Holder saying that racism encounters on the ground should be penalized like a match fixing incident is or a doping violation is. And while racism is a societal menace that should be dealt with the strictest of punishments, to prove a racism encounter on ground will be a little more complicated and difficult than, say, proving a match-fixing allegation or a doping violation. But the West Indies cricket, in addition to that, have also decided to sport the Black Lives Matter movement's logo on the collar of their jerseys to stand in solidarity with the movement going forward. Going forward, though, live cricket is approaching us sooner than we could have imagined, and we are all very excited. But what will the face of live cricket be in the COVID times? Well, by the looks of it, very, very different. So much so that Stuart Broad is saying that he is consulting a psychologist in order to be able to prep his mind to bowl at a stadium where there are no crowds. Yes, while live cricket may be coming to us sooner than all of us thought it would, it's coming with a lot of caveats. The Buzz Challenge last week required you to pick an ideal slip cordon, and your responses came from everywhere. In fact, some of them sliding into my DMs on Instagram. DMing me on Instagram is Vishal Khaire 62, whose ideal slip cordon would have Rahul Dravid, Mark Waugh and Steve Smith. While Ujjwal Sharma again on Instagram said his three men in the slip cordon would be Martin Guptill, Ian Bell, what a choice, and Anil Kumble. While Swapnil on Twitter said that he would have Rohit Sharma, Suresh Raina or Virat Kohli, one of them, and Steve Smith in his slip cordons. While I_am_nobody on Twitter picked Mark Waugh, Mahela Jayawardene and AB de Villiers as his ideal slip cordon. Your Buzz Challenge for this week is a little tricky. Andre Russell and AB de Villiers are batting in the final over of a T20 innings. They need 13. Which bowler do you pick? Yes, I would pick Dale Steyn. Now, I know you are saying, remember that RCB SRH game? But see, lightning doesn't strike twice, but a perfectly calibrated Steyn gun does. It will strike twice and it will end that innings. What would your pick be? Tell us using hashtag BuzzThisWeek. That's all on this episode of Buzz This Week. Remember, poorly placed protective equipment can be really dangerous. Ask a batsman about a loose pad, a loose helmet or a loose abdominal guard. They can be hurtful. As can this mask on your chin. Keep the guards up. See you next week.